Thank you for joining us. Welcome to LumioseStation.
Yo, what's up, LumioseStation? Today I have an NU Wi-Fi battle live versus ButterBean. Found him on Twitter. My team is Sock, Mesprit, Mega Audino, Ludicolo, Rotom, and Seismitoad. So I think I've used this team actually on Lumiose before. I definitely want to make a new team with the new changes like Sheer Force Gator and Flash Fire Typhlosion. I think Typhlosion would be pretty cool. My opponent has Pyroar, Basculin, Go-Go, Gramble, Weezing, and Electivire. So let me just write this down real quick because I always forget that. And these are Pokemon I feel like I will forget. Gramble. Well, right off the bat, I noticed that Seismitoad just has so much fun versus his team. He doesn't have anything that resists the combination of Poison plus Ground plus Water. I mean, Ludicolo does the exact same thing with Ice Beam as well. So this is really looking like it will be in my favor. I think that Basculin can definitely be a problem just because I don't really have a water absorber since my Seismitoad has Swift Swim. If you can't tell, I'm running sort of rain team. Sort of. Not really, though. I like that he's using Evire. I think that Evire is a very cool Pokemon, even though everybody says it sucks. I don't know. I don't know if I agree or disagree, but I want to lead off with my Mesprit, sorry, because I can get up Stealth Rock, and he does not have a Defogger. And Mesprit actually has a good lead matchup versus the majority of his team. I can scout what his Pyroar is. I can smack his Basculin after taking a hit potentially. I smack Weezing as well. And I could take a hit from Evire. So it really is, I think Mesprit just is my lead of choice. So I got Mesprit as he has Pyroar, which is pretty good for me, I suppose. I'm definitely thinking about just going right for Psychic. I just dropped my phone. It's not a video by me if I don't drop my phone, guys. Just saying. Now I'm really thinking about going for Psychic because Psychic does a hell of a lot. Not even gonna lie, but I really do just want to get up my Stealth Rocks. I also want to just find out what type of Pyroar he is, as that is looking like Specs damage. That's actually definitely Specs. But I am able to get up my Stealth Rock, which is nice. It'll be up the entire battle. So that's definitely Specs damage. That just did way too much. Not even gonna lie. So I have a few switches I can make right here. I think my best would be Audino, just because I don't want Sock Sturdy being broken for no reason. I also had Ludicolo, which I could bring in, but I don't want it being KO'd by a crit or something like that. So I think Audino is relatively safe right now, as he obviously has to go for Dark Pulse again. But I did a decent amount, not even gonna lie. I'm gonna just fire off, because I don't want to Mega Evolve just yet, because I want to retain my regenerator. So I'm just gonna fire off a Dazzling Gleam, as he is gonna switch out to Weezing. Good play. Weezing being able to take on basically anything that I could do to this thing. And it's good that I didn't fire off my Dazzling Gleam just yet, because I still do have regenerators. So I will be at about full HP when I come back in with my Audino, if not full HP. So Weezing is kind of a threat. Audino can take a Wisp because I am Rest Talk, Calm Mind, but I don't want to reveal that just yet. That might actually win me the game later on. So I wanted to switch out directly into my Rotom, as I can just fire off a Trick and cripple either Go-Go or leave Electivire into a choice move, as that would mean that my Seismitoad or my Ludicolo either or could take advantage of whatever move it's locked into. So Rotom comes in, he does go for Will-O-Wisp. Good play on his part. I didn't think I see leftovers on this thing, so or Black Sludge. It might actually be Rocky Helmet or something, I'm not sure. But I'm not sure, because I tried to pay attention, but I don't know, Wi-Fi is just really hard for me to pay attention. But like I said, I am just going to fire off a Trick. I actually don't think I saw leftovers or Black Sludge on this Weezing. I guess I'll be corrected, or when I see it again afterwards, I'll see what happened. But he does end up going on to his Evire, as I am going to be able to trick that thing a Choice Scarf right now. And that's amazing, because that gets rid of potential Assault Vest or Life Orb, limits its power to switch up moves. And apparently it wasn't carrying an item. Maybe I'm seeing things? I guess, because the thing is, guys, it wasn't carrying an item. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't know what to think about that. I'm just gonna fire off a Shadow Ball, do as much as I can do, honestly. react to afterwards. He ends up going for Fire Punch. I guess this is most neutral hit to hit me, or neutral attack to hit me, as Shadow Ball should do a decent amount to this Electivire. Now, I can definitely save my Rotom. I have Healing Wish. Maybe I should pay attention at the team preview, because it does show if they have items or not. But the thing is, I'm not used to that. I don't have to do that when I play Showdown, and I mainly play Showdown. So, it's just something I'm not used to. So, I am going to bring out my Seismitoad. And I think what I'll just do is just fire off a Sludge Bomb, because I'm expecting Go-Go to want to come in. I don't expect him to just sack Evar just yet, especially since it does block Volt Switch. And even if he does end up sacking Evar, it goes down to Sludge Bomb regardless, and I take minimal damage from the Fire Punch. So I'm expecting Go-Go to want to come in right here, in all honesty, as Gramble ends up coming in even better for me. Maybe he's expecting me to be an Earthquake or something like that. Probably expected an Earthquake right there, as this Sludge Bomb is super effective. It will do a hell of a lot to this Gramble, as I barely miss out the KO, but I do get the Poison. Thing is, though, I am offensive Seismitoad, and I will be able to outspeed any variant of a Gramble, especially because he does show the leftovers. So I guess the Poison did help me in a sense that I didn't have to waste another Life Orb hit. And now Gramble's gone, which means that my Sock has limited switch. And since Weezing has taken Dazzling Gleam damage and Stealth Rock damage, and it's actually in range of being 2-hit KO'd by my Sock's close combat, if I'm not mistaken. So speaking of Sock, I have to decide here what I want to do. Do I want to sack Rotom? I think I do actually want to sack Rotom, because I don't want him to break my Sock sturdy. If anything, I want him to break my Sock sturdy with Weezing, by Weezing going for, or having Rocky Helmet rather. I'd rather sack Rotom, as he actually ends up going for sub. Did not see that coming. That's actually pretty nice on my opponent's part, going for sub. Definitely. I was thinking about going for Sludge Bomb again, but then again, the Horn Leech was just not worth it, you know? So I can actually save my Rotom potentially. I think I'm just going to fire off a Thunderbolt. I don't think it's going to break its sub, because Go-Go is really bulky and it obviously does resist. Can't go for Shadow Ball because it's a normal type as well, as it does end up failing to break the sub. So damn, Go-Go could potentially be a problem. I really am thinking, though, that once I set up Rain with my Ludicolo, I just win, as long as I get rid of Go-Go, which is what I'll be able to do, because what I am going to do is I'm going to go out into my Mesprit now, fire off a Psychic, break his sub, and then proceed to go into Sock and click Close Combat, because that is what I think my best play is. I could also go out to Audino and set up Calm Minds, because I am physically defensive, and Mega Evolve and take him on even better, but no point. I'm just going to fire off a Signal Beam. I will be able to break his sub pretty easily. This also means that he's not going to go for another sub after that as well. Let's say he does end up going for sub again. I mean, he's going to be forced to attack me, unless he wants to stall me out for life or damage. So that's good too, as he is able to knock me out with the Horn Leech. But the thing is, though, he's not behind a sub. I am inside. He is revealed, and I am going to be able to go out into my Sock and just fire off an Adamant Choice Bandit Close Combat, and something, ladies and gentlemen, is gonna die. Legit, if Go-Go dies, Ludicolo just wins. If Weezing dies, then I just win with because Weezing could have Clear Smog, which is why I don't want to start setting up with my Audino. But Audino can win if I kill Weezing, which he might just switch into, unless he switches into Evar right here. Evar would be a good sack. Weezing could be a player if he wants to go into that. But like I said, I am Adamant Choice Banded, and even after that bulk up, Go-Go is definitely not surviving this close time. Actually, it might. It's pretty fat. But he doesn't go down to Weezing. So, I'm pretty sure, like I said, at that range of HP, I can, yeah, I can 2-hit KO him. As you can see, guys, it's an easy 2-hit KO from there. Weezing going down, which is amazing for my, it's not even running. Maybe it doesn't have an item. Maybe he just forgot his items on some of his mons. That's a bit unfortunate. Is he going to tell me right there? I don't know. He didn't tell me. But I think he just forgot his items, yeah. He definitely either doesn't have items or forgot them, or is limited on his items or something. But that ends up going down. He actually makes an interesting play and goes out into his Electivire right here. So I'm going to switch out into Seismitoad, because Seismitoad can't take it on. Let's say he does reveal like the HP Grass, and I can just start Calm Minding up with my Audino, and from there it would be a snack wrap. So he does end up going for the Earthquake. He does end up clicking Earthquake, as that does a lot. That actually did a lot. Well, I have to sack Seismitoad now. Alright, so I think my best play, as opposed to going to Ludicolo and setting up the rain, just because I can't knock out Go-Go from full HP, is actually going into Audino and just start Calm Minding up. In all honesty, I can take on the rest of his team, and yeah, I want to Mega Evolve and just start Calm Minding up. I'm not sure if he's gonna want to either switch out to Pyroar. I think Pyroar will be the play that he's gonna make. But the thing is, though, unless Pyroar crits me repeatedly, it's not gonna be able to beat me. As he does end up going out, going out into his Pyroar. So, like I said, unless Pyroar crits me, it can't beat me at all. Even though obviously Dazzling Gleam isn't gonna be doing too much. Eventually, when I get to +6, it just smacks him. So it really just depends on if he crits me or not, I believe, because I don't think a Choice Specs Pyroar is honestly strong enough to take on a Mega Audino. This thing is fat. This thing is fatter, more fat than Suicune. Yeah, he doesn't even 3-hit KO me now with Hyper Voice. So I'm just gonna Calm Mind again, as he actually ends up going for Heat Wave, which is even weaker. So I think even if this does crit me, he can't knock me out, as I am able to Calm Mind up for the second time. And what I can do is just fire off a Dazzling Gleam. I don't want to get too greedy. I don't want him switching out on this thing and trying to bring in something to hit me, like Basculin maybe, or for a Choice Band and Waterfall, or sacking Evar, which he might actually end up doing. So what I'm going to do is take this next Heat Wave. Actually, if he gets a crit right here, it could be kind of bad. And fire off a Dazzling Gleam. This should be a 2-hit KO, which it looks to be. It's kind of iffy, but I will be able to go for rest right now, as if he gets the crit, again, unfortunate, but I can set up with my Ludicolo then. But he does end up switching out to Basculin, or pulling the switch out to Basculin. Actually, a good play on my opponent's part, because he probably expected my rest right now. As I showed Calm Mind, I showed Dazzling Gleam, he more than likely expected Rest Talk, and now what he could do is flinch me through sleep. So it's kind of not bad for my opponent at all, but he actually chose to go for Aqua Jet, so I think he possibly could have misclicked right there, and not entirely sure why he went for Aqua Jet as opposed to anything else. Maybe he thought, I don't know, because Audino is slow, so if he's gonna switch up moves, now is definitely the time to do it, as I guess maybe he was choice locked. He probably did misclick. That's the worst, guys. When you misclick on Wi-Fi, yeah, he said he misclicked. When you misclick on Wi-Fi, guys, that is the worst, because it's not like Showdown where you can cancel and be like, oh crap, I messed up, let me fix that real quick. It's nothing like that. On Wi-Fi, you just sit there and acknowledge the fact that you misclicked, as he ends up going out into his Go-Go, and I really don't feel like messing around with this thing and having it bulk up and stuff like that, so I'm just going to go directly in the sock, to be completely honest, and just fire off a Close Combat. I already burnt both turns of sleep, so when I come back in, I can automatically either go for Rest or Calm Mind if needed. Like I said, I do have that bulk on that thing to take it on, and I did expect him to go for bulk up right here, as it was going to be his best way of dealing with this Audino. So I get in my sock, and even, let's say it does end up surviving the Adamant Close Combat from my sock after the +1, I still do have Surdy. So even after my defense drops, I can take any hit, and I basically will be able to get a kill right here. I can probably get 2 kills. If I knock out Go-Go, I get 2 kills because I'm still down to Sturdy. Actually, no matter what he goes out into, I can get 2 kills. He ends up sacking his Evar, which is cool because I don't gotta worry about that, though. I mean, Wild Charge would have been a little bit annoying, especially because it was Scarf, so it's good that he ended up sacking Evar, as I don't have to worry about that Pokemon one bit. And I think, like I said, no matter what he goes out into, I can just click Close Combat again and knock it out. If he goes Pyro, I can knock that thing out with the Close Combat. Basculin is actually his Pokemon of choice, which is fine by me. Unless it flinches me, I'm good, because I can knock it out with Close Combat, like I said. Ends up going for Aqua Jet. Maybe he thinks I might be Scarf. Fair play. As doesn't even break me down to my Sturdy, as I can knock him out with the Close Combat. Basculin is gone, and all he has left is Go-Go and Pyroar. So I always have my I always have my, oh, he doesn't even end up going out to Pyro. Maybe he really does think I'm Scarfed. Damn, he should have went out to Pyro, but maybe he does think I'm Scarfed and he just lost and was forfeiting. But it's not the case, dude. I'm definitely banded as he ends up sacking his basically last hope. Though, potentially, with some misses and a few crits from Hyper Voice, as well as like my Ludicolo missing, he can actually bring it back with his Pyroar. As low as it may be, though I think I have to misclick as well with my, I really do think I have to misclick with my Audino if he wants to bring it back, because no matter what, I get to click close combat, knock it out. So he definitely should have went Pyro first before Go-Go, if anything, to at least try and revenge kill me. I definitely would have saved my Sock though, that way I could take on his, Go-Go. Because even though Ludicolo could definitely smack it with the Ice Beam, Sock would do the job better. So I can just click Giga Drain at this point. At that range of HP, it's going to go down to Giga Drain. I want to see how much Specs Hyper Voice actually does to offensive Ludicolo. I'm expecting a lot. That does a hell of a lot, as I am going to be able to knock him out with the Giga Drain, and that is going to be the 2-0 in my favor. So very interesting that my opponent didn't have some items. Maybe he just forgot to put them on. Hey, when that happens, I actually have gone into battle trying to Mega Evolve. I know Shofu's done the same thing. We tried to Mega Evolve and it didn't work out. But yeah, good game, ButterBean. Guys, hope y'all enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe to LumioStation. Subscribe to me if you would like to as well. Check out my Pokemon Red Randomizer Nuzlocke on my channel. And until next time, guys, later.